Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Mark Bonakoski, national editorial writer and columnist for Sun Media. Charles will be back tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed your time with me as much as I enjoyed my time with you. There are sick stories and then there are sick stories, but there are a few that are sicker than this one. This one is totally devoid of humanity. A headless torso was found in a suitcase tossed into the garbage in Montreal, right at the height of two major things happening in the news: a rolling student strike and union activism which began over a modest hike in tuition fees, and hearings into the construction scandals that have cost the taxpayers of Montreal millions. Are there any dots to connect here? Well, there is a whiff of organized crime, and we all know that the construction business and the mob are rarely unrelated, particularly in Quebec. Then there is always a possibility that a headless torso is sending a signal. But to whom? And for what reason? The student protests? Likely nothing there, the media assumes, but then again, you never know. The plot then thickens. A package is delivered by Canada Post to the Ottawa headquarters of the governing Conservative Party of Canada. One package among hundreds delivered there every day. Then the next thing you know, the place is filled with a stench of death when the package is opened and a severed and bloody foot appears in the wrappings. It is a distinctive smell, the smell of putrefying flesh, and once you have smelled it, it will be locked in your memory forever. Trust me, you do not want to know, nor do you ever want to smell that smell again. The next day, another package intercepted the postal sorting plant in Ottawa and addressed to the Liberal Party of Canada justifiably raises suspicions. And in it, as we all now know, was a severed hand. These dots do connect. The headless torso in Montreal and the severed foot and the hand in Ottawa are all from the same man, all from the same body, apparently that of an Asian man. If you're looking for some Canadian common sense in all of this, there is none to be found. It's insane. If it were fiction, it would not be believed. If it were a script for a novel, it would be turned away. Publishers would reject it as too implausible to be received as real. But real it is. So who is it, this torso? Or who was it? The Montreal police have yet to say, but they know the identity of the victim, and they are now looking for 29-year-old Luca Rocco Magnotta, a low-budget bisexual porn star with links to Montreal and Toronto, purportedly a former boyfriend of schoolgirl sex killer Carla Homolka, now free, now a mother, likely still living in the Caribbean, and the former wife of the jailed for life Paul Bernardo, the psycho Paul Bernardo, the sadist Paul Bernardo, the unrepentant Paul Bernardo, the sicko Paul Bernardo. Luca Rocco Magnotta. Take a close look at him. If he is who the police say he is, and his latest starring role was in a snuff film that was found online on a Canadian-operated website called bestgore.com. Not killing kittens this time, as he has notoriously done in the past, but slaughtering the man whose torso was discovered in Montreal. Yes, a snuff film, a video that went on for almost an hour, a video that shows a hooded killer, his face never totally visible, stabbing his victim's chest repeatedly with an ice pick, and then turning the lifeless body into a headless corpse with lobbed off body parts ready to be put in the mail. How sick is that? Last night, CTV's Ottawa Bureau Chief Bob Fife reported that there was a note with the foot that was mailed to Tory headquarters, a note from the killer vowing that he would kill again, and that there were 6 body parts in total that were put into our postal system. 6. So what's that leave? Another hand, another foot, the victim's head. The only appendage left out of this gruesome collective would be his genitals. But the snuff video also showed evidence of cannibalism, so you never know. But we do know this: it does not get much sicker or more savage than that. As viewers of the Sun News Network are aware, we have exclusive video of Rocco Luca Magnotta, thanks to Toronto Sun News columnist Joel Warmington, who back in 2007 tracked Magnotta down about his alleged connection with the notorious Carla Homolka, who, if not with the Crown's deal with the devil, would be imprisoned today like her murderous sidekick Paul Bernardo. Magnotta was now denying the connection, claiming that the mere mention of him in the same breath as Carla Homolka was ruining his life. He was climbing onto the pity pulpit. He was playing his narcissism to the hilt. Look at me, he was begging. Look at how sad I am. Look at how pretty I am. Now, Joe Warmington is like a dog on a bone when it comes to sniffing out news, and there was something about McNoda that back then that was a little freaky. What if, though, is a what if, and Warmington got him on videotape, and we are glad he did, noting that McNoda was a little sluggish and that his eyes were shifty. You think tired, Joe thinks drug abuse, and so do I. It's what we're sort of paid to do. Rocco Luca McNoda is known to use the names Eric Clinton Newman and Vladimir Romanov. But whoever he is traveling as, he is wanted on a Canada-wide warrant. Commit his face to memory. On his blog, Rocco Luca McNoda gave tips on the art of disappearing. Ditch the credit card and the debit card and pay everything with cash. Take a bus. Don't fly. Rent a car. Well, now we're about to see how good he is at disappearing, aren't we? Unless he takes his own life, of course, but narcissists tend to shy away from those kind of endings. We are committed in this business to remind everyone that Rocco Luca McNoda has yet to be charged with any crime and that he is just a suspect. A suspect who, if ultimately charged with a gruesome crime, is also presumed to be innocent until proven guilty. That said, police are not denying that the apartment in Montreal where the snuff video was filmed was Rocco Luca McNoda's apartment. Maybe he leased it to a friend. If he did, I suggest he contact the authorities right away. And that, at this moment, is about the only Canadian common sense I can come up with.